Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Apex Wilderness Adventures. My name is Luke Boothman, and in the last series, we kind of went through the adventure park refactoring for the trigger, the handler, the helper, and the test class. And we kind of just worked our way through it like the way that I would normally. So it was kind of like pair programming, and we just made as much progress as we could and eventually worked through the entire thing. So in this series, we're going to do things a little bit differently because the whole purpose of the Apex Wilderness Unlocked package is for you to practice and learn the skills that you're going to need to be successful as a developer in Salesforce. Because building the automation is just the beginning. If you learned how to build the automation, that can be hard enough to do. But what's even harder when you're working as a professional is dealing with all the existing automation. You know, there's so much automation that when you touch one thing, you break a few other things. But the structure of the code and our understanding of the code base can influence and determine how easy or difficult it is to make changes into our code base. So we're going to learn the skills of maintaining our org and how we're going to refactor towards new designs. Because that's usually what's involved. You know, when our automation becomes chaotic or uncertain, usually what we need to do is we need to reorganize it and improve the design so that we don't kind of bump against certain other automations and things. So we're going to learn that skill. And in this series, our goal is I'm going to show you a little bit. We're going to kind of time box the refactoring. So the videos will be a little bit shorter than last time or a lot shorter than last time. And it'll give you a chance to go ahead and give it a try. So eventually all this code will live in my GitHub repository under, I can't remember, I think it's called buttons and more. I'll put the links, I probably should do that, into the descriptions of these different videos. And you'll see where I ended up with things and you'll see where you ended up with them. And it's just a way to practice. So you can kind of compare and see what's good or better about what you did or what was good or better about what I did, and then kind of take away your own insights. So let's go ahead and look at what our scope is going to be for this series. This is something that a lot of orgs are going to run into, which is lead triggers, because leads usually have a lot of responsibilities for orgs, and they have a lot of different responsibilities and some orgs use leads in ways that are just so unexpected. So if you've accumulated a lot of automation, then it's likely that the quality of your design and lead trigger is going to be compromised to some degree. So we're going to look at this today, and we're going to look at the lead trigger. In the lead trigger, there's a lead handler, a lead helper, and a test. And that's pretty much the scope of what we're going to look at. So we're going to first start with a lead trigger, and after that, we're going to move into the lead trigger test. Then we're going to move to the lead trigger and then the handler. And each of those things, these three ones, we're going to do like a quick one-time through pass. Quick is relative, obviously, but we're not going to try to fix everything on these first passes. There's usually a lot of just dust and dirt and byproducts of all these past decisions from the years and years of development. And so we want to just conventionalize our code, do basic cleanup, and get it into a state to where we can dive deeper. And we're going to dive deeper when we go to the helper level, because that's pretty much where most of the work is doing. We'll definitely come across instances where the design is broken and the handler is doing helper type concerns. But that's fine. We'll deal with that and we'll move that into the helper. So these first three steps are going to be three separate videos, and we're just going to go high level cleaning. And this is something I would probably do anytime I was working on refactoring or maintaining some part of the org. So we'll go ahead and go through those skills, and then after that, we'll have a series of videos where we look through these helpers. And again, I plan to just kind of get you started, go down for 5 or 10 minutes, and then let you take it the rest of the way. So hopefully this is good, this is helpful for you, and we'll get started in the next video. So I'll see you over there. Bye-bye.